Skip it up and that up. So now some people are saying that their Chromecast Ultra that they got with their Google Stadia Founders Edition is overheating. Oh, Google. Man, Stadia was not ready for prime time.
This video is being brought to you by Satisfy Gaming. Make playing your Switch in portable mode super ergonomic with the Satisfy Gaming grips. They also have case and grip bundles that let you keep the grip on your Switch and store it safely in their high quality cases. These grips make using your Switch in portable mode as comfortable as a Pro controller. Use the code ReviewTech10 to save 10% off your entire order. Link below in the description.
So I didn't even know this. I've never owned a Chromecast Ultra, but apparently Chromecast Ultras have been known for overheating for a while. As a matter of fact, here's a thread on Reddit from about 8 months ago. A guy saying, I found the perfect heatsink for my overheating Chromecast Ultra, and it looks like something I would put on my i9-9900KS. So what does Google do? Now, keep in mind, I'm not saying this is a widespread issue, but Chromecast Ultras, if they're on for a long time, are known for getting really hot from what I'm reading. What does Google decide to do? Oh, with the Stadia, the only way, as of now, you could game in 4K HDR is on one of these Chromecast Ultras that are already known for getting very hot, not necessarily overheating, but getting very hot if they're on for a long time. So guess what's happening? Some people's Chromecast Ultras are overheating and disconnecting them from the game. Some is the keyword. I don't want to make it like this is a huge, widespread issue. And if you go through the subreddit of Stadia and look at comments, yeah, people are saying that their Chromecast Ultras are at least getting hot. Not everyone is saying that they're shutting off or resetting or overheating, but those Ultras are getting almost like you could cook an egg on them. But from what I'm reading too, this is a thing with the Chromecast Ultras. But here's the thing, when they were used with just watching Netflix, you would only use them for a couple hours while you were watching a movie, or maybe a couple hours mostly while you were watching a few TV shows. Now people are using those same Ultras to maybe play Destiny 2 for 6 or 7 hours or even more. So that hot Chromecast Ultra before now it may become an overheating Chromecast Ultra because it's being used for much longer. And what's amazing is that Google knows that the Chromecast Ultra runs hot, and they decided to use the same piece of hardware with the Stadia. Again, more proof that they rushed out Stadia before it was ready to be live. They should have made sure the hardware was much more stable. Not saying this is a widespread issue, but if you already know a piece of hardware you have out there, Google, runs quite warm, and you know that that's just with people watching movies, you know people game for longer sessions, and you use the same piece of hardware. Well, anyway, they released a statement on Reddit, and this is what they had to say to people. Thanks for bringing this to our attention. We know any sort of heat on a device can be worrisome, but we can confirm there is no thermal overheating issue with Chromecast Ultra. During normal usage, like watching cat videos on YouTube, the surface of the device may get warm to the touch, but this is working as designed. The team has done extensive testing on the hardware, services, and games. This includes tests of long Stadia play and video sessions, and have not seen thermal shutdown problems. But Google, even before Stadia was even a thing, people were saying that they were having overheating issues with their Chromecasts. So obviously there's some kind of issue. I'm not saying it's widespread, but it's an issue you knew it may have been a minor issue on top of all the other avalanche of issues with Stadia. Now here's another one. And what makes this suck even more is, as of right now, the only way to get the 4K HDR experience with Stadia is through the Chromecast Ultra, which also makes 0 sense to me. Look, you know what? I'm not defending Google and their slipshod Stadia launch, but I know why they rushed it. Because cloud gaming right now for these big corporations who have the money to throw at it is the gold rush, because they know the first one out of the gate that's successful with it is going to monopolize the industry. Kind of like YouTube. Google knew back in the day that YouTube was going to be a big, expense for them, and they're still bleeding money into it. But now, where do you find user-generated content, or any content mostly for that matter? Hell, you could technically say, or not technically, it's true. YouTube even competes with Netflix. Everything's about YouTube. It's monopolized. It's just naturally because it became the first truly popular video sharing platform, now it's top dog and no one can touch YouTube. It's part of the reason why YouTube has so many problems. And all these corporations know that if they become the first, like the YouTube of cloud gaming, they'll be untouchable. They'll become like unstoppable, top dog. No one could even go near them. Like if someone else tries to come out with a cloud gaming service, they'll be laughed at. So that's why they're all rushing it out to the gate. That's why Google released Stadia so half-assed. But here's the thing. They released it so half-assed that the floor is still open for someone else to take over. Nothing about Google Stadia. The $9.99 you spend on Google Stadia, you're better off getting Xbox Game Pass. Spend the extra few bucks, get extra Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. You could get games for $12.99 a month and first-party titles directly from Microsoft on both your PC and your Xbox console. Oh yeah. Actually, I just checked. Correction, it's $14.99 a month for Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, or you could pay quarterly, which is $44.99. But still, that's a hell of a better deal than what Google's giving you with Stadia. For that $14.99 for Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, you get a slew of games for both the Xbox console and PC. And on top of it too, when there's first-party releases for Microsoft or second-party releases as well, you get them day one included. Downloaded, not streamed. So you download them and you want to play a single player game like Outer Worlds, guess what? You can still play it if your internet's down and there's a storm, you still have power, but you don't have internet. That's happened to me a few times. So Google, what are you doing here, man? Look, I get this is the gold rush, and now we got Amazon into the foray, and a whole bunch of other companies are trying to get into cloud gaming, because if they take over, no one can stop them. But you got to at least do some things right. And right now with Google Stadia, I don't think they've really done anything right. It's really disappointing, and Google, you should have waited until you had it ready to go, and you didn't. This is Rich of Review Tech USA signing out. Have a good one.
Oh yeah.